Now there is, okay, now let me explain to you. There is this act in US, nama dia Speech Act, SPEECH Act, which says that US company, media company, will be protected from judgment being executed in US based due to defamation that they due to defamation until and unless that particular company suing the US company or the jurisdiction can show that the same freedom of speech is given to that particular media company. What it means is, if I go and sue Wall Street Journal in Malaysia, I get a court judgment, and now I want to go to US and have it registered. US company will say, look, show me that the freedom of speech in Malaysia and the courts are like the freedom of speech in US and the courts. Now, so I asked Wall Street Journal, if I do sue you and I do get a judgment in Malaysia, will you invoke that particular act to protect you from being executed in US?
I mean, you want to enforce the judgment line in UK?
No, in US.
In US.
In US.
You obtain the judgment here, you want to enforce the judgment in US.
Yes.
So
the act in US prohibits the enforcement of the judgment until and unless I can show that the courts here are very independent like US, or the freedom of speech and media is like US. Now, what does it mean? I don't want to file a case in Malaysia, get a judgment, and it becomes a paper judgment in US because Wall Street Journal said, oh, I'm going to invoke my Speech Act, which protects American companies from being executed of the judgment that you get in Malaysian court. Isn't that a futile exercise?
But the two conditions you mentioned, freedom of press, I think your client would say we have freedom of press here, and the independence of judiciary, I'm sure.
No, the problem here is this. The problem is you are letting the US courts and the US media to say that Malaysia court is nothing but a Zimbabwe court. Malaysia press, freedom of press, is nothing but Singapore press. You cannot say anything about the government and the Prime Minister. No. So why do you let a foreign judgment? No. Why do you let a foreign institution, judiciary, and the media to dictate that, oh, your courts are not independent lah? Your freedom of media speech is not like what we are. I will go and do my own case here in Malaysia. So now I want to ask Wall Street Journal through their lawyer, are you going to use the act or not? If they say no, we are not going to use, then I might go and advise my client. It's time for us to take action against Wall Street Journal.
So have you sent a letter?
I've sent a letter, I think middle of September. They have until the 30th of September to reply.
Today?
Today lah. So maybe when I go back, I get their email.
Why you send the letter to the
because Wall Street Journal says don't contact them anymore. Lies with their Singaporean appointed lawyer. Philip Jeyaretnam. He is put there Philip Jeyaretnam SC. He's a senior counsel. He's based in in Singapore.
So basically, Dato', to simplify, you are thinking actually you want to file a suit against Wall Street Journal if you obtain a judgment against them.
Whether Wall Street Journal will use the act to say that, sorry Dato', you cannot enforce it in US.
Because they want to use this Speech Act.
Yeah, they want to use the Speech Act.
To deny you the
Speech Act is not like what we understand as speech, you know. Speech Act means securing the protection of the integrity and something of the national heritage. You'll find. You Google it. Speech Act 2012, I think.
So if they say they will invoke the act, you will not pursue anymore.
What's the point? Because I can't go there and enforce it. I just get a paper judgment. If they say they will not invoke, then I may go and advise my client that maybe we should.
But if you file a suit here, if they want to contest it, if they send their lawyer here, what does it mean?
If they contest by sending a lawyer here, still the execution I'll have a problem. You can still contest here. Either I win or not is one thing, but even if I win, they have the second bite of the cherry in their own country, you know, because they say
the company is registered.
It's a US-based company, under Dow Jones. Dow Jones owned by News Corp.